I'm using a skew chisel. In a peel and cut, I mounted a cherry blank, and the initial round diameter was about 1.5 inches, and it was about 2.25 inches long. So I'm going to be making a knob that I often use on top of a face grain lidded box, but it certainly could be used for any kind of furniture, drawers, things like that. So it's dome topped, and then there's sort of a squashed bead in the middle. So here I'm using the spindle gouge to kind of block it out in my mind. I'm going to use the 1/2 inch skew, the peel and cut, to bring that section of the dome down a bit. And now with a series of cuts with the spindle gouge, I'll bring it into that dome, but I realize that fillet, or flat, is a little too wide. Notice when I get to the very center, where the wood's not moving very fast, you have to slow down. So now I'm going to repeat that flat on the left side. Trying to gauge it so it's even. I think it looks best if it's even. But all this could change in terms of dimensions. In a way, doing a one-off like this for a lidded box is easier because you don't have to worry about matching. If you have 12-drawer case that you just built, you have some other concerns as far as trying to make them look pretty much the same. So I got a really nice cut there. I could see the end grain is actually polished when that bevel sort of burnished it. Yeah, so I was taking my time, thinking that the whole process is something that is very enjoyable. Now I'm using the parting tool to sort of think about where the cove is going to go. It's a little pointy there, I think, so I'm going to come back with the spindle gouge and go to the center, very gently take off the very end of the center so there's no nib. Just very gently bringing it in, getting a nice polish off of the dome part of that top. Just trying to balance that squashed bead. Now I'm making my initial first half of that cove. Realizing that that portion is a little larger in diameter, I'm using the parting tool to bring it down so it matches the dome part of the top. And now it's just an issue of trying to get that bead nice and even, symmetrical. I'm gonna use the spindle gouge to make the other half of that cove. I realize that's way too heavy, that flat, to fill it, so I'm going to, well, I guess I'm going to do this first. Testing it with my fingers. Okay, using the parting tool now to sort of figure out the shape of the base of that knob. starting to determine that size of the tenon that'll go in to the top of the lidded box. And now, every cove maker's dilemma. Getting a beautiful curve right off the tool. And it felt good. I like the looks. I wanted to taper that back. I'm setting my calipers to 3/8 of an inch. And with some fitting with the parting tool, I got it right on. And now I'm using this comb that I've wrapped with sandpaper to really smooth out that cove. And just some light sanding. I started with 320 and now I'm finishing up here with 400. Trying to keep all those crisp elements. Just the coat of that Zinsser seal coat, and it really pops. Yeah, I was happy with the overall shape. Now it's just an issue of parting it off. I'm using a very thin parting tool here. Yeah. Even the very end grain, you'll see there's no nib, and it looks good. Thanks for watching.